But like, just going back to what you said, my love language, I hate using that phrase, but I guess it matters, is acts of service.
Okay. You should make that apparent.
You got it. But the thing is, not only am I acts of service, I'm like deep acts of service. Like, how do I describe this to you? I can know someone very little time. I'll pick you up from the airport. Right? I just think to help people is good. It is hard to like date when acts of service is your first thing, because on a first date you're not really doing anything for anyone, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you, so I think I have the number somewhere in my mind. I think it's like 389 or 396. I have to go look at my book. But I've been on that many dates.
You've wrote it down?
Don't worry about it. I count things, right?
This is some serial killer level shit.
Maybe a little bit. I've only been on, because I can remember their names, 5.5 second dates. Right? And the thing is, if you're someone who does things like that are like active service based, you need a lot more runway. Right, you need to kind of you get what I mean. Like, you need a lot more.
Yeah, you're not gonna get an amazing act of service on the first
or second date, right? So it's like, what are the other love languages?
There
are 5 of them, right? Let me see.
Yeah, there's gift giving.
I'm good at that one too.
There's affirmation.
So the 5 love languages are sucking dick, sucking bigger dick, sucking big dick.
I wish that was my love language.
Stop, you nasty young man. What are they? There is Siri. What are the 5?
Someone's listening to this and is like, these fucking idiots. I know my love languages.
And they just like.
Honestly, they're kind of helpful. I mean, as like, I'm not gonna use the word girly, but
so there's words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Yeah, quality time.
Acts of service.
That's actually mine. I should have known.
Gifts in touch.
Oh yeah, physical.
But there's there's a difference. There's the ones that you like to give.
Yeah.
There's ones that you like to receive.
Yeah. That's right. Because they can totally be different.
What do you like to give?
Physical touch.
Oh, I bet you do. You nasty.
Always. I like to give acts of service. Actually, I don't mind picking people up from the airport at all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give quality time? That's
yeah,
probably a big
you can
one.
give quality time.
Yeah, and then gift giving for me is low on the list, but I do enjoy it if I have a good gift to give.
Right, but it's not something that you think about. You know, like, this would make this person happy.
Yeah, it's not my first. And even I think it's probably pretty similar on the receiving end.
And words of affirmations are like your last.
That's like I don't
think
give a shit.
Because of how we grew up too, I can see why.
Well, we weren't like that.
We weren't
love you.
I
Goodbye.
love you.
Have a great day at school.
Our mom would be like, "Do your best."
My dad used to just come into the room while I was sleeping and just fucking open the blinds. I'm like, what? It's Saturday, dude. He's like, we have work to do.
Yeah.
We have work. I'm like, we do? This is news.
You didn't tell me last night. So
not tell me when I said goodnight last night.
Oh man. But yeah, so what do you like to receive though?
Physical touch.
Okay.
I think, well, like quality time for sure. That's like
reciprocal.
Yeah, but it's also like reassurance for me. I think the acts of service though for me go the furthest distance. I think if someone gives me
we were talking about it yesterday.
That's
you like when people like do something.
If they can do something for me, I am like, I'm very impressed. Like that goes further than the other ones. Even though I need the other ones more.
Yeah.
I need them like more frequently.
In active service, you'd be like, God damn, I want the extra mile.
And that's why I think when I do get an active service, that's when I fall head over heels.
Okay. See, so for me, to what I give, acts of service.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Yeah.
And then gifts. Then touch and affirmation are last.
Touch is last?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not
You don't need the physical touch. Huh?
No, to give.
To give. You're not a touchy person at all.
And it's some of it is fear.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because I don't understand.
Do you think
people's
because you get
level
arrested?
Yeah, I don't understand people's level of comfortability. So I'm not just. And there are guys, right? And you know, guys who aren't even like, they're dudes you just know who are touchy dudes.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, grab you by the arms, like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and me, because I'm a fucking psychopath, I'll be like, nigga, why you touching me? But like everybody else will be like, oh, you know, he's such a nice guy. He's a comfortable guy. Like, you know, he's always hand on the shoulder, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's weird. So for me to receive though, like if we were giving like a pie chart and there's 5, so you could, to equal, it'd be 20% in each. To give, acts of service for me is probably like 80%.
Oh.
And then quality time.
That's how you show love.
That's how I show love.
So that's an interesting point. So I have a very good friend, and I don't want to name him, but he needs like attention from me. And I've never really understood like where that comes from, but I think it's kind of what you're saying. It's maybe just like in his pie chart, maybe it's words of affirmation. I don't know exactly. It could be quality. Yeah. It could be quality time mixed in there, but like maybe it just weighs really heavy. But from a friendship standpoint,
yeah, and it happens.
That's interesting.
It's a friendship standpoint. So for me, if I'm giving, acts of service 80%, quality time is 19%, and then the rest make up 1%. 19. Yeah, I quality time, like I like to spend time with people, but I don't know. There's something about me that's very. My mother's like this. My mother.
If someone give you a gift?
You know what, dude?
Doesn't do it for you.
And you know what's crazy?
I think if it's meaningful.
Yeah, I give good gifts, but I can't.
And do you appreciate when you give them?
I love giving gifts.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
You know why though? Because I see it as an act of service.
Okay. Right? That's a good point. Those are going hand in hand.
And I hate to say this, I don't like getting. I'm very self-sufficient, so anything you can give me, I can buy myself. Right?
I think you know what? I think when it comes to gift receiving, I think it has to be something that you didn't really think about.
Yeah.
But they took the time and thought you could use this, or you might really like this.
There are 2 ways, because I have a friend who she loves getting gifts, and it's 2 ways. It's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Like all the thoughtfulness, and some people just fucking are selfish, and she's just like, I like when people think of me and get me shit, and it's like. Hey man,
those are the gold diggers.
But then if you're talking about
daddy's credit card,
how I like to receive, right? So that's how I like to give. How I like to receive. I think like, all right, let's go through them. Words of affirmation. I don't give a fuck about that. Quality time,
which is so bizarre because we literally just talked about like bruised egos and how like it would be so much better.
We're too far gone. That's the thing. We're too far gone. We're too. You see what I mean though? Like we're already broken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were younger, if we had started with it.
But then again, you told me 13 years ago you got a compliment.
That shit stayed with me,
and it stayed with you. So maybe it is big. You just don't receive. Maybe it's what I'm saying. It's so few and far in between that when you do get it, it's powerful.
Yeah, maybe it makes it more special. But words of affirmation, I don't care. Quality time, we'll put that one on the back burner. Acts of service, this is the most ironic.
Okay, wait, hold on. Actually, I do want to talk about quality time for a second.
Yeah.
You don't really give a fuck about quality time because you're an independent person.
Yeah.
That's why. You could care less.
Dude, this is the.
You want to have Friday night to yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't give a fuck about quality time.
I don't think I do. The thing about acts of service is I love doing things for people. Don't do anything for me. I do not like when people do things for me. It's very odd. I cannot stand when people like.
Do you think it's because they're expecting something in return that you don't appreciate that?
I don't know. I do things, and it's just the way my mom brought me up. Is my mom told me, you will do things for people and they'll never be able to help you, but you still do them anyway. And I said, why would you do that? She's like, because that's the way we do things.
It's love, baby.
I don't know. Yeah, my mom, that's how she raised me. You'll do things for people and they'll turn their back on you and you'll continue to do things for them. And that's just how I was raised. I do not care very much about acts of service being received upon me. And I don't know why. Like, and I don't want to say I haven't had people do stuff for me, but like, if someone does, I'll be like, oh, thank you, man. You know, it's a huge help. Thank you very much for, looking out for me. But otherwise, I'm independent. I can do things for myself, right? So it's not a really big thing for me. Gifts, I don't really care about. Yeah. Touch is one of those things I actually do care about. Yeah. Touch, I like getting felt up.
Yeah, I mean, I
so
get
I'd-
it, man.
I'd
That's a tough one because you can't. I mean, all of these you can't get doing.
I'm not getting none of these.
Well, no, I'm saying like you don't just get them on your own. Like you need someone
Yeah.
to do them for you. But I was thinking like physical touch is one of those things. It's like there's nothing like a woman's touch, really.
I wouldn't know. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not kidding. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
I don't know how to receive love, I guess. And that's what that's saying.
Yeah. No, you definitely struggle with that a bit. I think that. I mean, I'm just gonna
Say it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because of the way you're raised. Like when you when you don't have it growing up, you don't require it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're also a bitter person sometimes, and that
All
could
the
be it's a lack of love sometimes. You know what I mean?
I'm not a warm-hearted person.
Yeah.
I'll do things for people, and I believe in that. But I'm
No,
not,
dude,
like,
you are an amazing friend. I don't want you to think that. I'm just saying, like, I think sometimes when it comes to love, like you're hesitant. Like sometimes you push it away in a sense
Absolutely.
because you have that fear of being let down or having your heart broken. I mean, how many